Right. Amazing people around the world. Can you feel the energy? Can you feel the excitement that's going on right now? Is your frequency grounded? Feel into your body. Where is it anchored right now? In excitement, in peace, or a little bit of chaos? Welcome to today's edition at 10:10. No mistakes. Waking up in the dream. Question and answer. And really today is a check-in to ground our frequencies and really see if we're allowing the external to pull us in. A lot of things are being revealed right now. A lot of big things happening in the US. The cabal-owned media is throwing every single thing they can to try and pull people in. People are becoming completely, basically losing their stuff and telling people to unfriend them if they don't agree. It's, this is where it's going down. So what's going on is your inner frequency grounded, and that's the key. So anybody that's been paying attention for any amount of time, hey Roberto, 10:10, 10:11 right now. Yeah. We know the media lies about everything. Okay? Anybody that hasn't figured that out yet, this probably isn't for you. Not putting myself or anybody else above anybody, but let's face it. If you haven't figured out the television, manipulation and deception yet, you're probably just not open. So let's just tune into our frequency. What's going on in your body? Hey Lisa, great to see you. Yeah, Meryl. We can choose to find common ground with most people. Really. And the key is to not become triggered when other people get triggered. Okay? You've got to zoom out, and moving out of 3D will require becoming the conscious observer. Because as I explained in this book here, Waking Up in the Dream, people are kind of being, hey Elizabeth, great to see you. People are being divided into kind of two groups. The automatic reactors, which are being triggered, their stuff's coming up. It has to happen. I mean, we've got to heal these judgments and these wounds and these triggers, and we've got to do the inner clearing. There's no way out of 3D unless we go in and do the inner healing. It's not possible. And the reason why is because judgment, shame, guilt, projecting triggers, they don't exist in 5D and beyond. They don't. They don't exist in a body that's operating at a higher frequency. So, first thing to do, 33 p.m. here, I love it. Thanks to everybody that joined and that shares this. To anybody that might need some grounding right now, or some tools that work, really work, and they work every time. This is not just spiritual avoidance here. These are the tools. And so the number one key is, the first part is inner healing. And I talk about this a lot because it's an unavoidable process of moving beyond 3D and taking back our power from a place of love, unconditional love for ourselves and others. And you've got to be able to see how the hologram out there is actually reversed. It's not people out there doing things to us. It appears that way. Yeah, there's some things happening out there in the government and other things, but our power lies in grounding in and holding our frequency in excitement and love and kindness and generosity and compassion and forgiveness. That's it. If you can just do that and make it your goal, even if you don't believe me, like my teacher, Don McGilvery, one of my teachers, everybody's my teacher. Everybody's our teacher, especially those that we judge or that trigger us. And so it's so simple when one is ready to completely shift what we magnetize and pull towards us in our timelines that are just happening all the time, so rapid, but we can't really see it with our eye. And I often point it out like, okay, think, like, that's you, the star, right there. And all those other little lights are timelines. Well, what is a timeline when we talk about a timeline? It's whatever reality is in, that we're in each moment. So you could look back there and you could go, okay, I would love to have more abundance, a wonderful relationship with somebody, the ideal job, or I don't use the word job, but I would love to be doing my vocation of something that I love instead of working in the system, giving up the best years of my life to become retired, which is a spell. And so every one of those right there is already here right now. There's no future. So the only invitation, the only game in town is raising our conscious awareness. It's the only game in town. And so how do we attract the abundance or the 5D world or beyond, the wonderful partner, health? How do we attract that if it's not in the future? We align with it, with our frequency, and we see it and feel it here as right now. And you watch the ego in the beginning go, well, it's not here now. That's the trick of the hologram. It's reversed from what people think it is. When we align our frequency and our excitement, the higher magnetic levels of vibration, because every single thought and every single word and the emotion that we put behind that magnetizes and rearranges the particles, the vibrating particles in our quantum field reality that we call our life. So if things aren't going the way we want it to go, it's because our frequency is not aligned with the desire that we're stating that we want. And yes, sometimes there might be a little bit of lag time in creating it, but once you begin to play with this every single day and you start to see the frequencies or the synchronicities show up, you'll just go, I know. And if there's something that's not showing up, then you know it's you. And then again, if something doesn't show up, then you learn that it's maybe not for your highest good. And maybe if it did show up, it would cause other problems on your soul's journey. It's about trust and aligning your frequency. 33 people on here right now. I love it. So Lisa says, I got criticized by being too much in the higher realm. Well, I see a lot of spiritual people are bypassing doing the inner work. They want to play with the crystals and all that stuff, and that's great. But you can't say that you're all spiritual and awake if you're not willing to go in and do the deeper work. There's no way around it. And it's so easy to do it when you're ready to do it. It's not the dark night of the soul. Hey, Vivian, great to see you. It's not the dark night of the soul. That's why they named it that, so nobody would want to go there. Who wants to go there? That's the last place anybody wants to go. And we basically, almost many of us have to go there kicking and screaming as our last resort before we commit suicide. And we say, I'm out of here. I want to leave the planet. This planet is the most beautiful planet, I can guarantee you, out of any planet out there. Mother Earth is so incredibly magnificent. Sometimes people say, oh, I'm never coming back. Well, cool. if that's what you want to do, I'm coming back, because this place is turning into heaven on earth. And people are waking up, and the dark is being removed from the planet. And so, people want to spiritually bypass. What's going to happen is you're going to keep repeating the same dramas or triggers or judgments or low vibrational situations in life and relationships over and over and over. Because it's beautifully built into the soul journey, that the soul will gently just giving you an opportunity, and whether you get it in one day or 1 year or one lifetime or 1,000 lifetimes, it's built in. Our ascension is built in to the system, because we are the creators. We are the unlimited, and truly the word unlimited. Okay? So, Lisa, you're focusing on the dark. There's so much light and excitement and awake people in DC today. Why focus on that? Do you see what you're doing? And I'm not trying to pick you out and make you feel small, but if you're saying you've done all this work over the last 6 years, but you're focusing on the dark stuff, you're acting that, you're magnetizing that. Everything we focus on, we give more energy to. We're magnifying it and amplifying it. This is really, 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 really key to see. If you don't get anything else from this, see that and be willing to just go, oh, wow, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Even if your ego gets triggered when I say that. Because your ego is going to do, I've done all this work. Well, if your ego needs to say that, then your ego is still running the show. Because people that have done all the work don't need to say, I've done all this work. That's a justification to, it's a protection mechanism. So, yeah. So you're doing a great job just by showing up, but be willing to look at this, because every single thought, nobody's ignoring it, okay? But you're focusing on it. So you're magnetizing more of it to you. Anybody that sees my posts knows I expose pedophilia. I expose the dark ones. I expose it all. I don't ignore it, but I don't focus on it. And from your comments here, it appears that you're, okay, yeah, I don't know you, so I'm going to let you go right now, because I'm just responding to what you're projecting out into your comments here. And this is about people waking up. And so, sending you lots of blessings. So, hey, Michael, great to see you. So, if anybody has any questions around healing, around clearing, around anything at all that has to do with creating your reality, manifestation, then that's great. Please ask your questions, because it opens up avenues for other people. And I can guarantee you that there's a lot of people that watch these transmissions that are just beginning to wake up, and they may be afraid to ask questions, or they're sitting back and they're, hey, Janelle, great to see you. And they're observing, but they're not sure yet. So they're watching. So it really helps to ask questions, because as soon as we do, it opens up a whole nother thing of mirroring here. And I don't just want to, be talking about this. I pretty much talk about the same tools every time. And so here's a question here. Thanks, Mary. Okay. What should I prepare the young leaders with? To understand what I'm speaking about, that they are creating their reality with every single thought and every single word that they speak and think, and then to go in and do the inner healing. Some of the children that are coming in today are super advanced. Maybe they're not carrying in any baggage from the past. Many of us, including myself, had some really intense trauma happen during childhood. So that needs to be cleared first. It's two parts. There's two parts to awakening and remembering that we are unlimited, truly unlimited beings. I don't know that many people that truly believe that they're unlimited. I know many people that will say, yes, we are unlimited creator beings, but I don't know that many people that are really creating the reality every single day with the mindset and the excitement that I'm truly unlimited. Many people just go, I'd like the house, I'd like the car, I'd like to be retired and have some money in the bank. That's cool. That's all coming for everybody very soon. We're not going to have to worry about that. Energy's going to be free. We're not going to be in that money program anymore. There's not going to be lack. There's not going to be toxic pharmaceuticals and vaccines. It's going to be all healthy stuff. It's going to be so incredible that so many people are not even sure that it could happen. But this is where we go deeper and we understand, just be open and entertain that our thoughts and our words are creating our reality. Because test it out, they are. I used to be super judgmental. I wrote a whole chapter on judgment and how to dismantle it in the book. I was tossed into Catholic schools when I was in the second grade. I was very young. And it was all judgment, all shame, all guilt, all the time. And I didn't know the first thing about conscious awareness, but I knew something was wrong. And I was even an altar boy in the Catholic Church until 9th grade. And luckily, nothing ever happened to me as far as sexual abuse or anything, but I know people that it did happen to. And I saw the program of praying to a God nailed to a cross. That should be the first clue. And giving money and asking for him to help you. It's a program. And if anybody's still in that, that's fine. I'm not telling you, you'll figure it out on your own if you're supposed to. But so, teach the young ones. I'm in the process of converting Waking Up in the Dream, even though it will already work, to a book for children and parents, because the school system is completely rigged and manipulated. They teach people, they basically force them in what to think, instead of teaching them how to think, how to be creative, and how to only do what you love and what excites you. And so children need to learn what an emotional trigger is, how to catch it, and then how to go in and clear it. And they will be learning that at a very young age right now, and it's going to shift everything. Everything is shifting right now on the planet anyway. And so, thank you for asking these questions. Let me go back and ask a couple of, let me go out. I'm currently doing past life healing, and it seems nonstop. It's just one thing that I'm hearing. Okay, I'm not sure if I understand that correctly, but if there's something to heal, love it. And you'll know when you've dismantled it. Number one, the first part of healing that so many people that I journey with every single month, they haven't done the forgiveness. Because what happens is when we're little children and we get wounded or we get traumatized, we have to protect ourselves. So we put this big barrier around us because it's natural. We have to protect ourselves. And so when we get older, a lot of times we don't remember that we did that and we just go on. But what's happening is we're still holding that frequency. And so we need to go back in and clear that. And so usually that requires the simple process of moving the emotion, which is either done through tears, it's either done through writing a paragraph of forgiveness to that person, whether they're alive or not. And we don't have to give it to them. We can burn it. We can do a ceremony and we can say, I forgive you. It doesn't mean that you justify what they did, because I journey with a lot of people who went through intense stuff, people being murdered in their family, sexual abuse, rape. You're not stating that what somebody did to you was okay, but you're forgiving them because it was part of your soul contract. Whether you can remember that or not, just be open to that. Because it's very likely that in our past lives, we could have all been the murderer, the rapist, the thieves. We don't know. But if it happened, then it happened. And we've got to clear it in order to become healed and to become masters of our frequency and create these new earth timelines in reality. So it's really, really key. So Vicky says, I'm currently doing past life healing. It seems nonstop. It's just one thing. All I know is your higher self and your body and the frequencies that you're holding will tell you whether you've healed and cleared and forgiven anything. And even if you think you have and it still pops up again, feel into the frequency and go, okay, there's another little piece. Let me love on every cell in my body because they're consciously aware and they're listening. Let me give thanks to all my teachers. You'll know if you've forgiven somebody when you can say thank you. And in the case that somebody really harmed you, then if you don't want to say thank you to them and you don't resonate with that, then don't. It's okay. But the number one thing is to forgive and to clear your frequency. Otherwise, that frequency is going to keep magnetizing like frequencies of people, narcissists, wounded people, whatever, into your life and relationships. And it's going to keep you out of abundance because those frequencies are going to be holding the lower vibration of still not worthy, still not healed. And those you cannot attract abundance into your life if you're still holding those frequencies. So why do I talk about this and bring it up? Number one, because it must be done. But number two, because it's so easy to do it. But it's the last place anybody wants to go. I get on sessions with people. I journey with them every month. And yeah, we might have some tears. They might have to kneel down in front of their mattress, in front of their bed, and put some pillows down and pound out the anger with their forearms so they don't hurt themselves or anybody else. The frequencies need to be moved and they need to be cleared. There's no way around it. And you can't think your way out of it sometimes by just going, I'm all spiritual, I'm up on the higher plane. If the little child inside is still angry, still pissed off, or still doesn't feel safe and playful, then the invitation is to go in and do that. And it's really easy to do. If anybody needs some assistance, reach out. I hold a safe space, and I've been trained for almost 30 years to go in. I can identify the story like that quickly, and I will not heal you. Anybody that says they're going to heal you, I would stay away from. You heal you. Nobody else can heal you. I mean, maybe they can. If Jesus comes down and he wants to do it for you, that's great, But sometimes our soul contract is maybe you're not ready to be healed yet because there's something else to learn. I don't know. Everybody's journey. But I intend you find that valuable because this is key. These are the keys. And right now, with everything, all the energy that's coming into the planet and everything that's coming up, you can see that there's two types of people right now. There's the automatic reactors who are triggered because they're becoming overwhelmed, and the frequencies that are coming into the planet are bringing this stuff to the surface everywhere. You can see it coming up. So there's one way out, and that's in. And just surround yourself with people that will hold space with you without judging. And just say, hey, I'm really having a hard time with this. I'm upset or this or that. Have somebody hold your hand. I mean, we're all supposed to come together more. Here we go right now. It's 10:33. And we're talking about coming together. You can't make this up, or maybe you can. But I know that when we touch on something and I look up at my clock and I'm not planning to, and it says 10:33, that's just another synchronicity that I'm creating, that we're collectively creating. And so it's really, really key. And the other key is, are you excited? Can you be excited while you're going through the process? Because excitement is the highest frequency. It is the highest magnetic frequency. Little kids, before they get programmed, you hear them. They're excited. I'm going to fly to the moon. I'm on a rocket ship. I'm playing with the fairies and the dragons. There is no programming. And so they know how to create their reality. And so, yeah. Okay, so Brandy, I'll get to your question in a minute. Vivian, how do I clear it fast? You feel it 1,000%. Feel it. and you ask, take a breath and breathe into your body, let every one of those trillions of cells that are consciously aware, let them know that they're safe, and let them know how much you love them. I rub on my body first thing every morning while I'm still in bed. You may think that's funny. If you think it's funny, you're running a program. Men, when I journey with men, that's the last thing they want to do, is do mirror work and go, I love you. Because men were taught to be strong and don't be a pussy, and that's not manly. Well, that's why men have more heart attacks than women, because they're holding on to stuck, angry frequencies. And the key is go in and clear it. So if you have something to clear, feel it. What's coming up? Is it anger, shame, guilt, or the unwillingness to forgive somebody else, or ourself? Ourself. Sometimes it's easier to forgive other people, but we're not forgiving ourselves because we don't feel like we're quite there yet. Well, if you're not quite there yet, then you're just going to magnetize more things into your reality that are going to be the same as those lower unforgived frequencies. So the way to go in is just to feel it. Feeling is healing. Thinking is not healing. Feeling is healing. And if you need to cry, or you need to get angry, or you need to write a letter and burn it, or you need to do whatever you need to do, that's what you need to do. You really can't think your way out of it. You can only use the mind to process, okay, who do I still have to forgive? And then go in and do it. I intend that helps you, Vivian. Okay. How do I motivate myself to take care of my body? I love this question. Thank you, Brandy. Okay, check it out. If you're open to it, close your eyes right now and take a breath. Feel what's going on in your body. See if you can feel all the way down from the tip of your toes to your head. Feel if there's any tight or stuck places. Feel if there's contraction. Feel if there's any fear or anger. Or feel if you're like buzzing with excitement right now. Or feel if you're buzzing with fear from what's being projected out into the medium things right now. Okay, now tune in and understand that there are trillions of cells in your body right now. They are all consciously aware, and they're listening and responding to every single thought, every single word. They're responding to the quality and vibration of the food, of the drink. I'm drinking some cacao right now. Or just good water. You can bless your water. I write on my water bottles. I bless all my stuff. I put gratitude on there. I put thank you on there. Everything that goes into my body, I bless. When I'm standing in the shower, I'm blessing all the water. I'm loving every cell. Okay, so now, think about those trillions of cells and think about this mind-blowing thought. Every one of those trillions of cells has been unconditionally loving and serving you since you've been in the womb. And you don't even have to ask them to do it. If that is not unconditional love, and that does not start to bring tears to your eyes when you really think about it, I don't know what will. So, can you love your body even if it doesn't look like what they push on all the commercials in order to sell you something to try and make you feel better about yourself? It's a whole program to make you not feel whole. Everything on the television is geared to pull you down and keep you into 3D. Every single thing. Every ad. Every model. Okay? How do I motivate myself to take care of the body? Start loving it every single morning. As soon as you awaken out of the sleeping dream and your head's still on the pillow, make a commitment to go in and love on your body. Do you know that it pumped your blood? It purified your blood. It's running every single organ. It's doing trillions and trillions of computations right now while we're on this call. All this is going through thin air. My computer's not even plugged into the wall. How is it doing that? I'm on a $10 computer on the other side of the world. For many of you, I'm in Thailand. And there's trillions of things happening inside not only your brain, but your entire body right now. And it's loving on you unconditionally. I don't know what else to say. It's like, holy smoke, really? That's built in? That's magnificent. So I would be very, very gentle on yourself. And I would do mirror work every day. I have everybody that I journey with do mirror work. I love you. I love you. And then, you know, the ego might come up and say something like, oh, but you're getting more gray hair, you got wrinkles, I don't like your glasses, whatever. This is what Larry, my ego, says. Well, now Larry says, I love you, dude. You're amazing. I love you. This is a fun journey. Let's stay excited. Let's kick some ass. We know that med beds are coming. We know that we can reverse aging. We know that people used to live thousands of years before their DNA got hijacked. We know that's coming in the near future. And also, we know that every single thought and word and belief is creating our reality. So let's focus on that. Let's focus on how beautiful our bodies are and how magnificent they are and how much they're loving us in every moment. Thank you for that wonderful question. Yeah. All right, let's see what we got going here. Okay, cool. My excitement is really low right now, and it's painful. Okay. So let's look at that. What are you believing? Do you know that all those cells that we're talking about right now are unconditionally loving you? Can you get excited about that? Can you unplug from the external if that's bringing your excitement level down? Because it's just a hologram. You may say, well, it's reality and we have to wear masks right now, and I understand that. But you came here for this grand awakening, and it's very, very, very key to your health and to the creation of the dream and all these timelines that you are magnetizing into your reality with your frequency of your thoughts and your words and your vibration. So, what's painful? What's the wound? If it's painful to look out there, then unplug. Because you're not serving anybody or the dream if you're allowing the external hologram or the media or whatever to pull you down. They know how to do that. They've done it for thousands of years. That's why they're continuing to push it and ramp it up. An awakened being goes, oh, I see the program. I'm unplugging. I'm unplugging, and I'm only going to align with people that are staying in their hearts and that can mirror me and lift me up. And it doesn't mean we're turning a blind eye to any of the pedophilia that's being, nothing. I don't turn my eye to any of that. I share it all. But I've got to the point where I don't let it pull me down. I don't get angry like I used to. I actually forgive the pedophiles. If I see one, I will take appropriate action, and I do believe they should be removed from the planet immediately. But I will not allow them to pull my frequency down, because that's how the whole program's been running for thousands of years. So let's get your excitement back up. Put on some music, light a candle. You know, there's a bunch of people on this call right now and all around the world right now that are awakening and popping like popcorn, and the whole reality is shifting right now more than it ever has in thousands and thousands of years. And everything is supporting this, from people in the military to really great people everywhere. We've got galactic health. I mean, this has been prophesied for thousands and thousands of years. It's going down. So whatever the pain is, whatever it takes to get back into excitement, do it. Because understand, your frequency is a magnet. It doesn't lie, and there's no way you can fake it. So find something to be happy about to raise your frequency. You're alive right now. You're breathing. Trillions of cells are loving on you right now. How about just loving back on them and unplug from anything that's pulling you down? I intend that helps you. It's the best I got. So, does anybody have any other questions? Yeah, forgiveness is for our own release of trauma. Exactly. And it's key. And it's really easy to do. Only the ego doesn't want to do it, or only the angry, pissed off child doesn't want to let go, only because it doesn't feel safe. When you make it feel safe and say, it's okay, you're safe now. That's never going to happen to you again. Let's start having fun. And I'm here. I'm never going to leave you. You're safe. I love you. I love you. I love you. If your child still doesn't feel safe, then you haven't done this process. And it's a very simple process. It really is. And if you don't know how to do it and you want to do it, reach out to me. Invest in your freedom, because it will shift everything. You will begin to attract all the abundance you desire. You will attract so many like-minded people. I intend that everybody can see this. It doesn't mean that nothing's ever going to come up or happen, but you start to track every single frequency. And as soon as you get triggered or have a judgment, you realize it's about you. It's not about who you're judging. And you go in and you go, okay, here's another little piece. I'm so glad that I caught that. And I'm taking a breath now. And I'm forgiving myself and anyone else. And I thank anyone that I judge for showing me where I'm still holding a little judgmental frequency. And I rinse and repeat that. And I do it so quickly. And then I just come back to, I'm excited. What's the next thing to get excited about? I'm going to play guitar. I'm going to go outside and I'm going to go feed the wild jungle dogs. I'm going to go put my feet on the earth. I'm going to do some art. I'm going to do something that I love. I'm going to do something that I love. And I'm going to rinse and repeat. And I'm going to hang out with people that are doing the same. When you begin to make that choice every single morning when you start your day, and you must intentionally do this every morning. Otherwise, the 50 to 80,000 thoughts are going to run. 22 people and 33 comments. I love it. We must consciously and intentionally create our day first thing in the morning. And then I have everybody set alarms on their phone. Everybody I journey with every month, I put them on a program where we go back and forth doing this mirroring every single day. And if you don't think it completely shifts their reality and the way they manifest it, there's nothing more powerful. And the first thing we do is we go in and we do the inner healing right away. Boom. This should be taught in schools, and it will be. This is it. And this is how we move into New Earth, and we create it, and we stay there. And then we lift up anybody, and we give them a hand up compassionately. Anybody that's still got some wounds or some stuff to clear. This is why we came here. So, yeah, thank everyone that we judge. Everyone is your teacher, especially the ones that trigger you. And this is why people stay wounded for entire lifetimes, because they don't understand how the hologram works. It's mirroring back to you. People think that out there people are doing things to us. Well, maybe somebody did do something to you when you were a child, but it was part of your soul contract. You've got to understand that, or you will never get out of the 3D trap. You'll never get out. It's all about forgiveness. It's all about your thoughts and your words and your vibration. That's it. Conscious awareness is the only game in town. period. The rest is just remembering that you're a divine creator, and love and excitement and kindness and gratitude and compassion are the highest frequencies. And anytime you're not in one of those, you dip back down into 3D. And it's okay. We've been programmed very deeply. This is the way out. And this teaches you how to do it in the shortest amount of time. It's not thick, there's no filler, and it works. And it works for every single person that does it. If you're interested in the book, if you don't already have it, I'll put a link. It's still on sale at half price. Right now, I still consider this the holidays, and I want to make it available to everybody that wants it because it works. It's not another book to just read and go, yeah, that sounds good, because that's what I used to do. I read every top spiritual book. My girlfriend at the time, before I met my main mentor, 2001, I had all the top books, all of them. We all had them. And I'd read it, and I'd go, yeah, that sounds really good. And then I'd go buy the next spiritual book, or I'd go to the next 3-day seminar, and I'd be all pumped up. And then a week later, my programs underneath would be still running because none of those books taught me how to go in and clear the stuff and do the one-part healing and dismantling the belief system. I didn't talk about that yet. So here we go. Your belief system, for most people, is a prison. Take that in for a second. Most people's belief systems are prisons. Most people don't want to admit that, though, because the ego doesn't want to admit that it's been programmed and it's been lied to about almost everything, which is why they stay enslaved in 3D over and over and over and over. You got to be willing to go, okay, we've been lied to. This program's been running for thousands of years. It's how the dark controllers kept us down. But we came here for this time. We came here for this. So just get over it. You've been lied to. Big freaking deal. If you hold anger or lack of forgiveness towards anybody, guess what you're going to magnetize towards you? More of that. More people that are holding the wounded energies. So just get over it and go, okay, I came here to wake up. One of the greatest journeys in history. And I came here because I knew I could do it. And so let's just clear this shit. Boom, 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 boom. Let's clear it. Where's my frequency right now? Am I excited? Am I happy? Am I compassionate? Am I generous? Do I believe that energy and abundance just flows? I can tell you that it does. And it wasn't until about 2 years ago that I really figured that out and anchored it in. Because I grew up around lack. My dad was killed in a plane crash when I was 7. And that was part of my soul contract. But I shut down then because the information was too strong. I was in shock. And so there was a lot of lack in my family, and my uncle had 8 kids, and money was lack. And so I took a lot of courses. I read every book. I did two-handed tapping. I paid for all the courses. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. Money, it never worked. Why? Because nobody taught me how to go in and dismantle the subconscious programs like this does. And I'm not saying this is the only thing that'll teach you how to do it. I'm not saying I'm the only one. I never planned on writing a book. I was happy living in my recording studios every day, sleeping on a mattress, doing what I loved. But my story, I ended up coming to Thailand, and I can't make money here recording. And the book was almost done, and I had a friend who's a woman, and she said, I want to read that. And I sent it to her, and I'm like, yeah, that stuff's already out there. My ego was judging it. And she goes, you have to put this out. And I put it out, and I turned it into a course, and it's the most life-changing information that I've ever experienced. And that's it. So that's why I'm so passionate about this. I don't say it with an ego, you know. I'm very careful to watch this stuff, but at the same time, when you know something that works, you've got to be passionate about it. And yeah, some people might lash out at me. I trigger some people because we can get triggered sometimes if we think that somebody else has done the work and things are coming to them easier or whatever. That happened to me. I still have to watch it. I see people out there that it looks like, oh man, I have all this money and everything comes to them easily. But I feel that frequency and I immediately feel it and I go, okay, there's a story. What's the story, dude? They're just mirroring you that you can do it too. Yeah. Let me post the link in here for the book real quick. Yeah. Okay, so there's the link for the book. And and there's also a digital course, which has my PowerPoint trainings, which are audio, video, and images, which will get you to see the program and how tricky and subtle the ego is, that it defends it all the time. And it'll keep defending it, and it'll trick you until you begin to see the program. Because here's the deal, and this is why the deceivers have been able to keep people revolving in the lower 3D timelines through the media over and over, because they play on the emotions. So check this out. This is really, really, really key. So we have a belief system. Where did we get it? Where did we get our belief system? 1055. My belief system came from my mom, my stepfathers, my uncle, my grandparents, Catholic school, all judgment, all the time, all shame, all guilt, all anger, all projecting, and the media. But when one of my teachers got me to look at my belief system in 2001, I was like, oh my God, none of these are even mine. None of these beliefs are even mine. They all came from outside of myself. And guess what? Almost everybody is reacting to anything that challenges their belief system, because the ego, which was originally set up to protect you, it gets triggered and feels threatened by any information that comes in that challenges the belief system. So, check it out. As long as you're attached to your beliefs, you're going to be triggered. Now, yes, you could have a belief that love is the answer in every situation and that I am truly an unlimited being. Those are the only two beliefs I kept. Every other one I blow out. Because check it out. Thank you, Cornisha. What a cool name. Okay, so check it out. The belief system. Look at it like this. I'm going to use my hand as a belief. So let's say this is one of my beliefs and I really believe it. Well, look at all those infinite possibilities out there. All those other timelines that are abundance and things beyond what you can even imagine. They're being blocked because your belief is keeping all these other infinite possibilities from coming in. So people's belief systems are blocking infinite possibilities, and they don't see it until they see it, because if any other information comes in to challenge it, the ego, the untrained ego, gets triggered. And so they judge, they defend, and they react. And then what do? They attract and magnetize more of those people into their hologram, and the 3D timelines just keep repeating and repeating, and you're stuck. How do we find our beliefs? Great question. Well, what do you believe? What are you attached to? What are you attached to? Like, the best way I could explain it, because I really know nothing, I mean, I've just done it for myself over like 25 years. So let me see the best way I could explain that to you. I would say, what are your triggers? What do you judge? Because those are the frequencies that pull you down. I think that's more important than what your beliefs are. But looking at your beliefs and going through the process in this book, and, you know, this isn't all about selling you guys a book. Anybody that knows me knows you can go to my YouTube channel, Portal to Awakening. It's just like my website, and you can watch all my videos for free, you know? So, but, you know, people are out spending money on going to the movies, going to dinner, buying things they don't need, and a book that'll completely change the way you see everything for $11.22. And it'll show you that you can manifest anything. So it actually teaches you to dismantle the lack money program. Because that's why people don't want to spend money, because they're running the lack program. But look at all the things that they do spend money on to try and make themselves feel better. It's a real deep program. And once you see it, you can go, oh, wow. They really knew how to do that one to us, didn't they? Incredible. So, instead of really looking, what I did was my teacher had me go in and write down all my beliefs in a journal. And that's how I saw, wow, none of these are even mine. What a trip. And most people's beliefs aren't theirs. They were all taught in the school system, in the system of religion and manipulation. Religion is manipulation with a little bit of love thrown in the back. But keep giving your money and keep asking someone outside yourself to save you. And not everybody's like that. There's some great people in the church, but it's still a program, and it's going to be dismantled very soon. And it's all a choice. So yeah. So anybody else have any questions? Anybody have any questions? And what we'll do before we go, what I love to do, is I'll bust out a little bit of this Native American flute, and we can all blast every one of our trillions of cells with love, amplify our frequency right now, which is going to amplify the frequency of the planet, and we will send that out to everybody right now. Because right now, there's two camps. The camp that's excited, and the camp that knows everything's being exposed, and the camp that's totally triggered. They're holding hatred, they're holding anger, they're flipping out. You can see it all over social media. And they don't see that the media is playing them like puppets. The television is the greatest deception of programming ever invented. And now they want to package that in a little chip that you can't even see with your eye into a vaccine. And another thing they stick up your nose. You got to be able to see it. You've got a built-in immune system. Everything, all this fear-based stuff is 3D. Do not fall for it. No matter how hard they're pushing, just don't go into fear. Do not go into fear. Okay? So any questions? No questions? Nothing? Around anything? Yeah, thanks, Roberto. I appreciate your support. Because these are the tools. This is really the key. I mean, conscious awareness is the only game in town. It is. It's affecting everything that we create. And so, you know, I really appreciate all of the feedback and all the messages that I get of people saying thank you. Because it's really cool that I receive messages from people that I'm not even friends with on Facebook. And I'm loving on Facebook. I shifted that this year. I was kind of anti-Zuck and stuff, and anytime you're anti, that's your frequency being anti. I know he's going to be taken care of, so they're all being taken care of if they haven't already been taken down already. But the platform, this is where the game was won. Facebook, people go, oh, I'm going to leave, I'm going to go to Parler or MeWe. No, that's leaving. Those can be controlled too. They can be bought out and controlled if they're not already. The game is being won right here, and my hat's off to every single person that has been sharing incredible information on Facebook over the last, I've been on here like almost 20 years or something. 17, 13, I don't know. But this is where the game is won. And yes, some of our brave brothers and sisters got their accounts deleted. But, you know, like Magenta Pixie, she comes back on with a different name, changes it, and she's back on. I mean, the awakening can't be stopped. You know, it can't. Here's a really honest share, so I'm going to share this. I love it. Thank you, Elizabeth, for your honesty. Someone mirrored me today and said I was reacting to something else as a trauma response. I said, wow, you're right. See, all we have to do is own it and see it. Once we see it, we can clear it. But You cannot clear a program that you cannot see because the ego's defense mechanism will keep defending it. But it's so easy to clear something when you're ready. Just own your shit. We've all been programmed. It's not our fault. Our vulnerability and our willingness to go, yeah, wow, I was running a program. I'm sorry. And to all those people that I judged and that I reacted to because I was wounded, I apologize to all of you and I ask your forgiveness. I love you and thank you for being my mirror. Now let's have fun and be excited and frickin' get playful and do what we came here to do. You know what I mean? So thank you, Elizabeth, for that honest share. This is it. Just be frickin' honest and go, yeah, I was triggered. It was my own stuff. Thank you for being my teacher. That's it. Thank you, Vicky. I love you. Thank you for your comments so much. We're all in this together. We're just all mirrors. This is the only game in town, is raising our conscious awareness, getting excited, and clearing anything that may be keeping us from doing that. And I promise you, it doesn't take years and decades to do it. It's just that very few people told us how to do it. It's a very, very easy process. And for anybody that's interested, I journey with a small handful of people every month. I take them through 30 days minimum, and we are in contact every single day. I take them through the book, I take them through the PowerPoint trainings, and I mirror them like this over and over and over and over. And I dismantle their stories. I hold them in sessions. And we get on a call once a week, in between going back and forth every day. And I record the call. They're usually 90 minutes. They're long. And it gets recorded. So you can watch it back. And you can watch how you tell your story and how your energy is. And you'll never be the same after those 30 days. You will never see how you create your reality the same. And that's why I'm setting up for this to be taught in schools, because this is it. Conscious awareness is the only game in town. Tracking the frequency of every single thought, every single word, and knowing and realizing that they're magnetic. They are creating our reality. That's it. It's the only game in town. So thank you, Vicky, for that. I appreciate you. I'm happy, excited, and grateful. Yeah. It's the only way to be, man. And, you know, this isn't to say, oh, we should all just magically feel excited and fake it. No. If there's something you're not excited about, then go in and figure out why you're not, because it's a frequency. You can't fake your way out of a frequency. You've got to feel it to heal it. And it's very simple again. You just love on yourself and go, okay, there's a trigger. I just judged somebody. I got triggered by something out there. Or got triggered by somebody in my family. Family's a huge one. Because many families don't understand. Many parents don't understand. They've been programmed so heavily. And they've downloaded their programming from their parents or their grandparents. Bless them and love them. But become the conscious observer. Anytime we're the automatic reactor, we're screwed. We just got pulled back down. And we're going to repeat that over and over and over until we get it. Yes, I did put the link in there. And I'll tell you what it is right now, so you can write it down if you like. It's portaltoawakening.com and then / the book. Portaltoawakening.com. And if you just go to the website, it'll come up right there. It'll say, here's the book, here's the digital course if you want the PowerPoint trainings, and here's the information on Journeying with Jeff if you want to do that and go all in and really frickin' rock your world and clear a bunch of stuff. And I'm not saying nobody out there hasn't already done it. I'm just offering it because people show up every month to go on this journey with me, and they're like, I've read books and I've done the courses for 25 years, and this changed my life more than anything else I've ever done. And I said, yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Because I did the same thing, and I paid for all that other stuff. And I'm not saying again that none of that's good. I'm not knocking anything out there. I'm just saying I've never found anything that will take you through it quicker than this process for those that are ready. That's it. So many blessings to all of you. We've been on an hour right now. I'm so grateful to everybody out there that shares these transmissions with their friends that are looking for not only just some upliftment, but a way out of 3D. And so, thank you to everybody. So let's do this. Let's blast everybody out there with some incredible, incredible love. So hello. Let me turn this up. Okay, cool. So we're going to, I'm doing this for my flute. Okay, so for whoever who's still on here, with 17 people, God bless you. And right now, let's just get excited and know that we came here for this. And the shift is on. Hey, Davia, great to see you. The shift is on. It will not be stopped. It's been prophesied for thousands of years. But yeah, people have to be shocked into waking up. 101:22 on the calendar. And we're coming up on 11:11 right now. You can't make this up. Or can you? I love it. So, we're going to rock this. So, if you're open to it, close your eyes, feel into every cell in your body that's loving on you. And it's been loving on you ever since you've been in the womb. And it loves on you 24/7. And feel that and go, I freaking love you no matter what. No matter what I feel about whether I need to lose some weight, any of this stuff. Love on yourself. And then we're going to blast that out to the entire planet at 11:11, which is right now. And we're creating a shift. How wonderful. How can it get any better than this? So here we go. Let's rock this. Feel it. Feel it with every fiber of your being. See the planet waking up. See people's hearts opening. See the new Earth timelines. They're here. They're already here. Just get excited, stay excited, and align your frequency. It's that simple. Rinse and repeat. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being my mirrors. Thank you for showing up. Thanks for all your incredible comments. Thank you for the donations. I appreciate it very, very much. I'll put my PayPal link in here for anybody who would like to donate. And thank you to everybody that's donated for the Wild Jungle Dogs segments that I've been doing, where I go out and I feed these incredible, beautiful, wild little jungle dogs and puppies here in Thailand. Thank you so much to everybody. It's so much fun, and it feels great. So again, thank you everybody that shares these with people. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for your questions and for being vulnerable, because that's it. Our vulnerability is our greatest strength. The ego doesn't want to admit, well, I still got a wound, or I'm afraid to let people know that, I haven't figured it out yet. That's the doorway to your freedom. Just go, look, I'm wounded, I know nothing or whatever, and I'm ready to heal it. That's it. That's all there is to it. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you for your comment and for showing up. And I can guarantee you that things are getting ready to become so good. Free energy, abundance for all, not having to work 40 hours a week again until you're 65 so you can retire. It's a program. All of this is being dismantled right now. Just know it. And even if you're not 100% sure, just be open and teach yourself to be the conscious observer and catch yourself if you become the automatic reactor. Catch every judgment. Catch them. Make it a game. I'm going to commit to catching every single judgment and low vibrational reaction, and I'm going to ask, what is this trying to teach me? If you do that, everything will shift in your reality because you're shifting your frequency. So thank you, everybody. Much love to all of you. And yeah, again, if anybody's interested in going on the 30-day journey, I still have a few spots open for this month. Reach out or go to the Portal to Awakening website and you can read about every single thing that's covered, everything we do. And then you can just fill out the little short 3 or 4 question questionnaire if you want, and we can get on a call and see if it's right for you. I'm not going to try and sell you on anything because unless you want to do it 100%, it'll just kind of drag me down. So, you know, I'm doing it with the right people every month. And if that's something you want to do, you can download 25 years of life-changing tools in a very, very short amount of time and not have to spend $100,000 like I did. So, again, thank you so much. Have an incredible day or evening wherever you're at. And just keep staying excited. That's it. Stay excited. Much love to everybody. Have an incredible